I'm Doug, and today we want to talk about Hidden Valley Golf Club in Norco, California, um, and what makes it different from the other courses in the area. Wow, there's a lot to go into here. In fact, I apologize in advance. I haven't edited the footage yet, but I'm sure it's going to be a very long video compared to my others because there's so much to digest here on this course, so much to reveal, if you will. And I feel that I have to go over each and every hole in some detail because they're all unique. And that's what makes Hidden Valley different from almost all the other courses in the area. It's almost a grind in the sense that every hole, virtually every hole, requires you to make decisions. You just can't walk up and bang away off the tee like you can at the Butterfield at El Prado, for instance. Here you've got to make a decision on every shot, on placement, on angles, on distance. You have to decide all the time, and it starts off at hole one, which is a brutal starting hole in many ways, and finishes with 18, which is actually in some ways easier than others. It's still a tough hole, but still a big challenge. So this course is a grind. It'll expose your weaknesses. Mostly it exposes your own self thoughts of what you can do as a golfer. If you think your average drive is 150 or 250 yards, I'm sorry, and that's not correct, maybe 2 out of 10 is 250, but 8 out of 10 is not. This course will expose that. The same thing with an iron. If you think you can hit your 7-iron 150 yards, that's your normal. Well, if it's not, if it's 135, it'll show up, and the Barranca here will find that and discover that for you, that your 7-iron or whatever club it is isn't what you thought it was. So this course will expose your weaknesses, expose your own thoughts about how well you play and what you can do with each club and how you can do it. So hang on and look for a difficult day. It's not to say it's not a fun. Well, I'm not going to call this a fun course. I will call this an interesting course, a challenging course, and a course that you want to play. Now, I don't want to play it every day. I wouldn't make it my home course because it would beat me up. It would. I'm a short golfer, short hitter, very average golfer, and this course, when you're done with 18, you're tired, not physically, mentally. You're just like, wow, I'm glad I'm done with that, kind of thing. And that's fun to do that a couple times, 3 times a year, something like that. But to do this on a weekly basis, that's not for me. Might be for you. If you're a good golfer or a very good golfer, this course would be a great challenge for you all the time. You and your buddies can come out here and have a great time, assuming that all 4 of you are good golfers, or very good golfers, I should say. I was at the driving range when I was filming some of this, and I saw some of the guys hitting balls before they were going to play, and I felt very, very badly for them because I know what they're going to be doing on this course. They were average at best. I think their buddies said, hey, you got to come out and play this course, and they bought it, and their buddies are going to have a lot of fun with them today. It's sad for them, but they'll learn a lot today for sure, and like how to buy more golf balls, for instance. But anyway, enough about that. Again, apologize for the length of the video. I know it'll be a long one when I get done editing it. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you learned something from it. And without further ado, let's get in here and take a look at what the course has to offer. So why did I call this hole number 1 brutal? Well, from the tee box, it's actually a blind tee shot. You cannot see the fairway from the tee box. This drone gives you a distorted view from above. All you can see really is that bunker down there, and that really is your target, or even a little left of it, because everything right is trouble, and most people go to the right. So aim at the bunker or left, and if you go too far left or too short, you will not be able to clear on your second shot the Barranca on the right over there. You're going to have to lay up somewhere down here and then go over the
the Branca. So yeah, right away you're adding a shot if you don't have a good tee shot, or if you go in the bushes, you're adding normally two strokes at least. But bottom line is, your second shot, if you're in the right position, should go out to where these guys are. Maybe a little shorter than that if you're not a great hitter, but at least over in this general area. And now you have a chance at this green over here on the right. If you're a little short, you got to go over those bunkers. This is an uphill shot. Take more club, please, because if you don't and you end up in one of those bunkers, then you're going to add another stroke probably. It's going to be difficult. The green itself slopes from back to front, and I'll say it right away. These used to be really fast greens, and now they're terribly slow greens. All right, number two here is a nice little shot. It's probably one of the easier holes in the course. Notice all that cleared off brush, I should say dirt on the right. That used to be natural brush, but they gave you guys a break, all of us a break, that slice it and push it to the right by cleaning it off so the ball will bounce off that dirt and go onto the fairway or into that short rough there. So they're sort of cheating for you. That used to be all rugged brush and stuff, and the balls would get hung up in there, and you'd be out there looking for balls and slow and play. So they decided we'll give everybody a break and clean that off. The fairway slopes steeply from right to left. It's not really an issue if you hit the ball straight down there. It'll just roll down to the left like that guy on the left down on there, no problem. We're probably not going to be this far down, but anyway, second shot up to this green. It's actually a fairly small green, which makes it, while it's a short par four, and not real trouble off the tee, you still have to get onto this fairly small green. Number three is not terribly difficult to drive off, but you've got this bunker right in the middle of the fairway, and you have to decide, do I want to go right, which is going to be a little shorter shot to the green, or do I want to go left, which will leave you a longer shot to the green? So again, one of those decisions, and of course, if you don't decide right, you're probably going to go into the bunker in the middle instead. So it is, second shot here is uphill. A lot of people are short. You can see up here these people on the green here looked like they came up short as well. That's not uncommon at all. So add a little bit of an extra club or half a club. Make sure you get onto this green. Also a little bit smaller than most. It's breaking from right to left as well. Sort of a two-tier green actually. Again, these greens are terribly slow, and something more on that later. You're going to see this one here. Right in the middle of the fairway, instead of a bunker, they put a rock, a boulder. I mean, for crying out loud. And it is right where you'd hit it. I mean, it really is. Most of my drives are shorter than that right now, but I used to bounce off that thing, and all my buddies would, if we hit it, bounce on it, go God knows where. So you have to negotiate that so the fairway becomes shorter, or very narrow, I should say, because of that rock. Usually we go left of it, because if you go right, you're going to be farther away from the green. So you want to go left of that boulder. Try to keep it so your second shot's gonna. Well, my second shot is not going to have a chance to get this green. And I don't think any of these guys made the green. I was looking for a ball up here, and I didn't see one. So I think on their second shots they came up short as well. I don't imagine that's their drive. Then again, if they're long hitters, then that could be their drive, I suppose. The green is not too difficult here. It's one of the easier on the course. Here's a long par three over a lot of desert area barranca, and your safe shot here is aim left. Do not go right. Let's see those guys on the right over there. They made the fatal flaw of trying to aim at the green, I guess, or maybe not. They just pushed it way right, and that's just death over there. It's no good. It's just bad. This other guy played it wisely off to the left-hand side. I would not aim at this green if no, I'm playing it anymore. In fact, watch this guy on the far right. He's literally flopped up his one shot, and then he's picking the ball up and throwing it around, and it's just crazy. This par five is not a long one, but you've got to cover the barranca there a little bit on in front of the fairway. I don't know if that's their drive out there. My drives are a lot shorter than that, right down in here. And your second shot is often curved over to the left side of this, where that cart is driving. So you're actually driving your second shot over that cart. Um, if this is their drive, it's a great drive, and he's wants to follow up on his second shot. It's not too difficult off the tee. You just got to make sure you carry the branca, which is normally shouldn't be a problem, but sometimes it gets in your head. You know how that goes. Your second shot's going to end up over here down on the right side. Again, you want to stay in the middle, duh. And then you get this shot up to this green. And this is time talking about the greens. They used to be very fast, and I mean, a couple years ago they were very fast, almost ridiculously fast. And then they took too much heat for that, and they dumbed them down to being ridiculously slow. I prefer to be ridiculously fast. They're just so slow now. I've hit a ball almost in the middle of this green 2 years ago, and it rolled back off the green. Now, if you hit it in the front edge there, it'll stick and stay and won't come off, which is fine. But then the putt uphill will be 9 feet, 10 feet short because they're so slow. Here's a super short par four. Got my first eagle here years ago. Just pounded out there to the left of that bunker. You can drive the green if you're a big hitter, and I know a lot of people try, but not me. So somewhere up here is going to be where your ball's going to end up, either next to the bunker or a little bit higher up. And then you got to chip it down onto the green, and the green slopes extremely from left to right, and it can go off into that grass bunker over there or the bunker in front. So what makes this as tough as your second shot? If you're lucky, you're going to be on the green, but luck doesn't always count. Here's your basic par three, 143 yards. You don't really have too much trouble clearing anything unless you have a bad shot, of course, and we'd all do that. Green is fairly big, so you might have fun putting if you're not close to the pin. So the three putt could come into play. Well, here's a decently long par four. It is downhill most of the way, so that helps a little bit. And again, look at that dirt area on the right-hand side. That used to be the bush and the brush and all that, but they're saving you a lot of trouble. All these slicers out there, the ball will bounce off that and generally roll back down onto the fairway, which I think is a shame. But again, they've had to dumb down this course because it can be so difficult. So that makes this hole a little bit easier. The problem is the most of us cannot go for that green in two. I know it's par four, but no. It's just if you're going for it in two, you've got to clear that gully down there, and you have to be absolutely positively positive if you're going to do that. And there's no way in heck that I can do that, and the average golfer cannot get here in two. That's just all there is to it. Suck it up, do a layup. Try to get an accurate shot down onto that green down there, somewhere near the hole, so you can do a two putt and take your five. Be happy with it. Don't get greedy. Well, I hope this visual shows it, but this fairway banks hard from right to left. No matter where you hit it, if you hit it in the fairway, it's going to roll left, and it's going to be sometimes pretty far left. Now, usually it doesn't roll into a bad position as long as you hit the fairway, so that's not bad. You can hit the right side on the rough or in the cart path or something like that, and it'll still end up on the fairway. So not too bad to drive, but your second shot is uphill and much more steeply than it looks. You got to add at least one extra club. It's a blind shot also because the green is flat up there and you can't really see it from down below. It's a two-tiered green, and I've never seen the pin on the left, but if you're on the wrong tier, you could end up with three putts. And guess what? That rock in the bunker definitely come into play. This par five looks short on paper, but it's not. You have to make some big decisions here. Most of my drives and others that I play with, we're driving the ball around where the bunkers are. We're landing somewhere where those bunkers are. And your second shot will not clear that gully down there. It just won't. Now, if this guy's drove down to there, that's fantastic, nice long drive. But you really cannot get greedy and try to clear that gully down there if you're back here where you are. So you have to lay up. The problem is with the layup, this is a downhill all the way, and now you have a downhill lie, and that gully is in front of you, and it's you don't want to top it or just miss hit it. So your third shot's not always an easy one, even though the gully is clearable from there. Now your third shot's gonna hopefully you want to aim at the left over that near that left bunker or a little to the right of it, but don't try to aim too far right because the gully was still gonna snag a ball down there, especially with the downhill lie. You're probably gonna hit a little lower than normal. But once you get down safely down here on your third shot, hopefully you can get your fourth shot on the green. It's not a difficult shot from there, and do your two putt. And again, happy with a six. Don't get too greedy. Okay, this is where you have to know your game. You have to say, "Can I clear that gully?" And everybody tells you you can. You know you can. Every your foursome knows you can. But guess what? It's harder than you think. And if you peel a little right, it's really disastrous. These guys, guess what? Somebody told him he could clear this gully, and he didn't make it. So if you want to lay up, I mean, I'd lay up here all the time, quite honestly. Again, I'm adding a stroke to my score, but I know that I just can't make that gully, not to clear it, that is. And then this other guy over here, he hit it too far. He hit it straight, a long drive, but he went in the crap over there. So it's a simple hole, but not that easy. It really isn't. Everything does slope from left to right. It's easy to roll off into the right, into that dirt area over there too. So be careful with your second shot. Make sure you're aiming well left of the green, and then you know put one close on your third, and hopefully for a two putt. This par three is super short, looks like a piece of cake, and it should be, but the wind can be in your face, which will add a club at least. And it's a two-tiered green sloping from right or from left to right severely. So just because you get it on the green doesn't mean you've got a simple two putt. Boy, this hole is uphill all the way, 288 yards, but it's a lot longer than that when you play it. It really is. Your drive hits the side of the hill and just stops, so it doesn't get any forward roll. You're going to find out what your real carry distance is on this hole probably. My second shot cannot reach the green here. Again, a shorter hitter. The longer hitters can probably do it no problem, but if you're not a great long hitter, you're going to have to lay up somewhere. Watch out for that bunker on the right. It does catch balls for sure. You can tell by all the rake marks in it. And once you get up there, it's still sort of a blind shot on the screen because it's so elevated. It's hard to judge your distance. You know what the club says it is or your watch or whatever it is, but it plays longer and it's blind, so it's hard to know. About watches and yardage books and whatever. I definitely want to have something for this course because there are so many shots where you have to make decisions based on gullies and barranca and whatever. And if you don't know the distance to carry and the distance to the front edge and stuff of those hazards, you're going to be in some trouble. So anyway, just a thought. Here is a par five. Actually, not that hard a par five. It says it's longer, but you're teeing from a elevated tee, so you can get a good drive out there. A nice shot. It's fairly wide open. Aim a tiny bit left just to give you a better angle on your second shot because you've got to play the angles on this course for sure. So you can aim at those bunkers actually, and it's not a bad shot. Then your second shot's going to maybe corner this a little bit. And see those rocks down there, right in the middle again. Who put those there? Some knucklehead. Anyway, you've got to navigate those rocks and get a second shot down here. And you want it to, it's probably going to roll down there somewhere short of that bunker in the middle there. But it'll be uh, rolling down. It's downhill again, even for this shot. Now, once you get down here, your third shot is going to be uphill. You got a chance to get to this green in regulation. Take an extra club if you're below the hole, and try to get it up there. It's a fairly decent sized green, so you might have a long putt to make it a two putt if you can, and hopefully you won't have to deal with a three putt here. Well, this par three is something you just have to, go for the green. That's all there is to it, no doubt about it. But there's trouble on the right, and it's all the way down. So if you slice it or peel it or cut it, you're going to end up in the bunkers or in the water. So maybe favor the left side just a little bit. It is a large green. Hopefully, you're going to be close enough to get your two putt in, even as slow as these greens are. Well, 17 is a nasty little par four. It's not very long, but most of our drives, the guys I play with, end up at the pinch point there between the brush on the left and the cart path. It's very tight, and so just getting it up there and not in trouble is a little bit of an issue. As you see, they've cleared off the brush on the right again, try to make it easier for everybody. Again, they're trying to make this course easier than it has played in the past. Long ball hitters will be right up here in the middle. Now, the kicker is everything slants from right to left severely here. It's very, very easy to go in that bunker on the left, or certainly even on the rough on the left. So try to favor the right side as much as you can on your shot, second shot. And this green slopes severely from right to left as well. Well, you finally made it to 18, but your day is not quite done. You've got to get a nice drive here to help save, well, and get a 5, I think. Um, our drives are ended up, unfortunately, just left of that tee box area there, and that's where we're hitting it because we're not very long hitters, and it's pretty back farther, the tee box is. So longer hitters are going to not have too much of a problem here, but most of us have to lay up here. If you have any doubt, do not try to go for it. That little gully there is going to catch your ball. So we lay up over here on the middle actually, and then our third shot is an attempt at that green. If you're back further, you're not going to make the green. That's all there is to it. Now we hope we can make the green on our third shot. But that little gully down there below the green, that is very deep. You can't imagine how deep that is, and it's going to snag every single ball that is not long enough. You can bail out to the right a little bit. That'll help. But good luck with this one. A 5 is a great score here. Don't be greedy. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little outing here today. I've enjoyed giving it a run. Thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you get out here and get a chance to play the course. It's definitely something to play. It is a fun course. It's just a challenge, and you really have to work it. And don't be worried about scoring higher than normal, a lot higher than normal. It's just what a challenging course can do for you. So take care and hit them straight.